Marriage Encounter wants to know, how was your weekend?
It was fantastic.
It was really nice.
It was absolutely
It was wonderful to get a
fantastic.
chance to get away from all the pressures of the world and just spend time with each other.
I think it strengthened our marriage. I think it opened up some forms of communication to us that we didn't know.
It's undescribable what it does. You find out stuff about yourself, your spouse, and I mean, even the world that you didn't even know existed.
And I just realized from the weekend that it's just so important to put that time aside to get reacquainted with one another and to just show each other that you really love each other.
It's the chance to reconnect. It's like, I guess, falling in love all over again.
Most people do business seminars. Never thought of it for marriage, but highly recommend 3 days you and your wife spend for yourselves. You'll never regret it.
Marriage Encounter is an opportunity for people to rediscover the person they fell in love with and to fall back in love with that person. And it is something that every couple deserves.
A Marriage Encounter weekend is a time for married couples to get away from their jobs, their kids, and all of the other responsibilities of life and just focus on each other. It's a time to strengthen your relationship, improve your communication skills, and put the passion back into your marriage.
You learn to communicate. You are able to talk like you never thought you could talk before with your spouse.
Marriage Encounter is a bringing together, a refocusing, a rekindling.
You clear up issues, you clarify things, and all I can say is you become far closer than you've ever been in your life. It's a fantastic experience.
Whether you've been married a couple of years or a couple of decades, Marriage Encounter can put the spark back into your marriage. The weekend begins on a Friday night around 7 p.m. and ends late Sunday afternoon. In between, you and your spouse will be welcomed at the hotel. Other Marriage Encounter couples will even help you with your luggage. Once inside the conference room, your weekend encounter begins. The weekend consists of listening to presentations in a conference room, then going back to your room where you and your spouse together can talk privately about the issues. When you've finished, you return to the conference room for the next presentation. There's no group discussion, no sharing of your personal feelings with total strangers, and nothing to be embarrassed about. Just you and your spouse talking with each other. Marriage Encounter just gives you the topics and the tools to communicate together.
There's no pressure. You go in and you participate the way you wish to participate. It's not a pass-fail situation. Everything there is private. It is between just the two of you. You're never going to be put in the spotlight. You're never going to have that light right on you to where you've got to get up and talk about, you know, your worst fight or your most fun time, or, you know, whatever it happens to be.
When you go on the Marriage Encounter weekend, it's not just a weekend to lay around and to spend a lot of leisure time together. You actually have to make a commitment to work on your relationship, to work at listening to each other, to work at communicating what's going on inside you to your spouse.
When you go on a Marriage Encounter weekend, you're focused on each other and you get out what you put into it, and the more you work at your marriage, the more you'll benefit.
There are 4 couples who serve as presenters for the weekend, 3 lay couples and 1 clergy couple. These couples take turns talking about different aspects of marriage. All presenters are volunteers, just couples who want to share their relationships and insights with you, which you might find helpful in your own relationship.
But see, it's the everyday stress and pressure that causes these little things to be, first it's just this, and then it's this, and then before you know it, it's out here. Just the dilemma couples can get into. Which way does that toilet paper go? Over, under, right? Goes right along with the toothpaste. Roll, squeeze. So it's really interesting when you get out there, and whether a couple's been married a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, they still deal with these dilemmas, or at one time they dealt with these dilemmas. So you think, you know, I'm right in here in the boat with everybody else. And you'll find that most of the time, you're not anything any different than anybody else. And that is a sense, that's a relief. It's really a relief.
We thought we knew each other. We thought we had a good marriage, and we did, but it surely became a better, more fun relationship.
We had, earlier in our marriage, had so much free time and spontaneity just to share, in the love that we had for one another. And that, over the years, had just been dampened. And the weekend allowed us to reach back and really feel again the way we felt when we were first married, and that was exciting.
I would recommend it to anybody who wants to strengthen their marriage. Your marriage doesn't have to be weak or have any problems in it to go on this weekend. It's just a time to spend with someone that you love to grow a stronger bond.
But we're worth it, and to take some time for us to share together with each other, to develop and enhance our relationship, it's very worthwhile.
And the weekend really gave us the chance to see through all of the clutter that we filled our lives with, and to recall that we do love one another and we can live it each day.
I think I would really recommend it to anybody who would want to, build on their relationship.
I definitely recommend a weekend, because even if you have a strong marriage, it gives you time away just to focus on each other and to confirm to each other that it is a strong marriage, and if there are any things you need to talk about and work out, it gives you that opportunity too.
I look at Marriage Encounter not only as an opportunity for two people, I look at it as being a responsibility. You have a responsibility to each other to make your marriage the best it can be. And in going to a Marriage Encounter weekend, you have one of the greatest helps that there is to revitalize that marriage, to learn to talk again, and to focus on each other rather than all the problems in the world. All the world's problems are minor compared to your own relationship with your spouse. And I look at Marriage Encounter as one of the best tools there is to improve your marriage and make it the best that it can be.